Before we get started with everybody's white bouncing and everything, just want to pass on a couple of notes. The 5-1 start is the best for Lamar since 1974. If we win this week, it would still be 1974 would be the longest since. Started that year 6-1 too. Lamar is just 3 wins shy of tying the school record for single season wins as a 4-year institution, which is obviously 8. We've done that 7 times in school history. The overall record for wins is 10, but that came when we were a junior college program in 49. And just a quick note about Pete after yesterday or Saturday's win, he came into the year as the number 2 as the Lamar head coach with the most wins after 2 seasons. After the win Saturday, he's now the Lamar leading head coach for the most wins after 3 seasons, despite the fact we're only halfway through the 3rd season. And with that, if everybody's white bounced and ready, we'll open it up with an opening statement and then turn it over for questions.
All that and $2 will get you on the subway. Yeah, I mean, it was a great way to get out of East Texas. I mean, obviously, I don't think we played particularly well overall as a football team, but especially on offense, I thought we sputtered in the red zone a bunch, and then obviously missed a field goal. And I thought our defense played pretty solid the whole day. We played about as good as I thought we've played in the past game, and I thought we let up some runs out there. I think there was 3 explosive runs in the game, and most of those were in the first half. But I really think our guys played well on defense. Special teams, I think, didn't really do much, I think, over the top for us. But, we did have that return at the end with Kindon that obviously put us in a position to go down and first hit the tying field goal, and then with the penalty get the winning touchdown. So, so that's kind of what I thought of the game. And, we still got a lot of growth to do as a football team. And, but they know how to win. They believe in each other, and I think that's obviously something that is it's hard to coach and teach all the time, and our guys have kind of got it.
Laura, those that out there say never take points off the board. How much thought went into that when you kicked that tying field goal? I mean, you're obviously still in Ben's range, so as you did, take a couple shots at the end zone. Yeah,
that was the thought process, and Aiden and I had talked after they marched off the penalty, and I just said, hey, you just be really smart with the ball. Like, we're going to kick a field goal and we're going to get out of here in overtime. So, and he did. He's really the first one. They double covered Isaiah, and we were going to him, and they should have double covered him. He had a heck of a game. And then obviously we dialed up Kindon on that last play. We knew it would kind of be one-on-one based on what they did the play before, and it was. And obviously, scared money don't make money. So we went after it.
Another player of the week in the comments, Ronnie had a good ball game. He even scored that touchdown at the end on the whatever you want to call it when they're trying to pass the ball around. But him and a lot of the other defensive guys did a great job. One of their scores was a defensive score, so you kept them out of the end zone for the most part.
Yeah, they scored 1 offensive touchdown. It was on that second drive of the second half. But for the most part, they had 6 shots on inside the 5-yard line, and we've held them to a field goal. C.J. Miller played a heck of a game for us at linebacker. He had 10 tackles and a sack on that last drive, which really, it allowed us to get the ball back in great field position. Christian Pugh continues to play really well. And then I think, obviously Ronnie played unbelievable football for us, physical, and played great special teams. So, yeah, I think he deserves it. He's a senior that's been with us, for a couple of years and has really come into his own here.
Watching Robert on the sideline, back in uniform, I really noticed him a lot getting involved during every timeout. Every time before the offense went into the season, he's in that huddle with you on the field, trying to help out the best he can. Yeah,
Rob's awesome. He's like that when he's playing. He's like that when he's not. He's a true leader, and he's a true teammate, and the guys like him, and he's obviously got a great football mind. So we listened to what he says, and he corrected a couple things that I had, plays that I had called for me, and I got them right. So.
You guys have done pretty well in close games, one-score games. What goes into that late game comfortability? Is that something that that you have talked about, or what goes into that?
Well, I think in order to have a game close, you got to play well, and I think our guys have played pretty well. And then I think special teams has really helped us in all of those games, whether it be a great punt to flip the field like Mason did with 3:55 left, and then it obviously puts you in a position where our guys just feel confident that. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was probably the biggest basket case on the sideline. I looked at our players, and they all believed in each other. They believed that this thing was going to happen. They believed they were going to do it. And I was the one that was kind of, a little nerved up, especially when we were on defense. You get on offense, you kind of get in the groove. You don't think about it. And then I felt like Aiden really in the second half kind of settled in, So I felt like, okay, he settled in. And the guys felt it. And I think when the guys feel the quarterback relaxing, I think that makes them play a little better. And I don't know, I mean, Harold was there. Our receivers looked fast, in the fourth quarter. And, the stats on the catapult all show it. Man, those guys were playing lightning fast in the fourth quarter. Tribute to the way we train and our performance staff who does a great job with them, and Coach Walker. And they were ready to go. And I think all that plays into it. And, I think being in those situations, Matt, as many times as we have been, I think it just kind of gets to be old hat, where, okay, here we go again. This is what we have to do. Either we got to stop them or we got to get a first down to end the game or we got to go score. And, they were able to do that. And I think even this one, they had to go get it, because we were not playing well offensively in the first half. And then in the second half, we really only had 1 3 and out. We moved the ball pretty much, and I called the fake field goal, which, it's just it's one of those things where every single time they went after a field goal, they went with a 10-man block, and on that one they only had 7, and they got me. They got me. So, but yeah, I think those guys feel comfortable, and when the offense started moving the ball, I think they felt good.
With homecoming coming up, riding on a high, how do you stop a letdown? Just
I mean, I don't ever think about it as that way. It's just like we have to get ourselves prepared to play a football game, and part of it is to have a great Tuesday practice tomorrow, and that's really the only way I think about it. Let's get prepared to play the game. Don't worry about letdowns. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just worry about preparing yourself. It's never about the opponent when it comes to Lamar. It's always about us and how we prepare for each game and how we go out there and perform. And I think everybody knows that game last week, we didn't play up to our standard. We didn't. We didn't prepare last week great. And I think James will probably tell you, and Harold, I don't think we practiced particularly well last week on the offensive side of the ball, and I think it showed up. I think, it always does. I said what we do on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will show up on Saturday, and it certainly did. And if they don't fix it, same thing's going to happen this week because you got a really good UTRGV team coming in that they're riding really high and got a lot of confidence, and they should. They play really hard, and they got good players.
We'll talk about them a little bit. They are a first-year program, but they still put up a lot of points.
I mean, I did this. I did what they're doing. I started a program at New Haven from nothing, and I loved it. Great. Count us out. Say that we're gonna. We're a 1-year program. Go ahead, because every week we went out there, man. We competed with every team we played. We only really lost 1 game lopsided, and the rest of them were all 1-score games, or we blew a team out. So, I think they're ready to go. They got a good coaching staff. Their quarterback is a veteran that's played at UTSA, and he's handling things really well. And their defense plays really, really, really hard. And they got a former Cardinal on the defense in Ian Box that's played here, and obviously was here my first spring, and I got a chance to know him. He's a great kid, and I'm looking forward to playing against him. I think it's going to be a heck of a crowd. Obviously I love playing against good teams, and I think this is. Over the next 6 or 7 weeks, man, we got some doozies, and they're one of them. And again, never discount 5-1. I don't care who you're playing. If they're getting off the bus, you got to be prepared to play. And I don't think a lot of those games for them were in doubt. They put a good thumping on some people. So, I'm ready to go. I'm excited for the opportunity to play them, and always like to play good teams. 'Cause I think your teams play better when you play good teams.
Real quick here, the crowd out there Saturday, that was remarkable how how many Lamar fans were at that game? 5
Yeah.
hours from the house.
I know. Well,
They
I
got
mean,
a lot of
we got a
Fort
lot
Worth
of
guys.
Dallas, Fort Worth guys, and a ton of East Texas people, and they showed out pretty good, and they were wearing red, and they were loud, and it was great. It was always great to see our fans there, and now we got to pack it this week. So come on out, pack the stadium. When I first got here, everybody asked me, not everybody asked me, everybody demanded progress. We supported Lamar, and then they did this, and then I just want to see some progress. Well, if the last 3 years aren't progress, I don't know what is. So come on out, get to the game, please. We really need your support. We need Southeast Texas to show out like they do at Mid-County Madness and at P&G games. And, we got those guys on our team. We got Nederland guys. We got Westbrook guys. We got P&G guys. Come on out and cheer them on and really give them an opportunity to be successful because we have an unbelievable – and they've done a great job, but I really want to see 10,000 people. We want to eclipse that 10,000 mark this week.
Does the homecoming festivities, does that change anything as far as the week for you guys? Are you doing anything throughout the week differently?
No, they're really good to us, administration, about letting us prepare for the game and just letting us get going and doing the things that are necessary to win, because it's not really a good game. If last year we didn't win in a homecoming, so don't think our guys don't know that. They do. And they feel it, and they want to win for our alumni, and they want to win for all of the fans and the people that come see them, and so we're getting ready for a big homecoming game here against a good team.
I was going to say, I think it's pretty cool, although, I saw footage of it, although it looked like it was a cram-packed locker room. That's pretty fun to watch that school song after a win in the locker room.
Yeah, and then you talk to Major Bowden and Faulkner and Kindon and all those guys that were here, and you sung it one time in 2022, and I think those guys, they don't take it for granted. You watch Isaiah Jones and those guys are just fired up to sing that song each week, and they don't ever take it for granted because we don't sing it when we lose. So we only sing it when we win, and the object for us each week is when we come in that locker room, we're singing that song. So.
Aiden again this week, or what's the plan at quarterback?
We'll see. I mean, Rob's got to practice every day. Last week he didn't practice every day, so he's got to practice every day, and we got to get a full "here you go" from the doctor, and so we'll probably know more by Thursday. But right now we're gonna count on Aiden because we just don't know that he's gonna get through a whole week of practice yet, Rob. So, but he looked great last week at the end of the week, so I'm hoping that he continues on that path.
Now, when you prepare, like Robert coming off an injury, of course, they always got either the green or the red practice jersey on, and you really don't want them taking a hit, but how do you prepare them to take a hit?
Yeah, you don't. You just got to get. I'm not.
Right.
You can't be reckless with your quarterbacks, any of them. You don't want them getting hit in practice. I mean, that's not really smart. So we'll wait till the game time until someone comes unblocked off the edge, and we'll see how it holds up. So